Merry Christmas to you all and a Happy New Year. My name is Darren Jacobs and I am here to commentate it all. It's all looking very festive here at the Christmas Clash pay-per-view, which now that I'm looking at it, the arena isn't looking as good as I thought it was. I did download this arena, but it's looking okay. But this Christmas Clash pay-per-view, we are kicking off with an 8-man battle royal, and there's a very special reason for this battle royal. First off, though, making his way down to the ring is Thomas. Thomas we have not seen in so long, and tonight he's ready to make an impact back here in the WIW and be a leading man like he knows he can be. The purpose of this match was completely unannounced, and there's a reason for it. After this pay-per-view, it will be a Fight Night exclusive pay-per-view. But then, after that, we're going to have a joint pay-per-view where it's going to be Brand versus Brand. That's right, Fight Night versus Mayhem for the first time, going head-to-head to see who truly is the better brand. They're going to fight their hearts out for it. But tonight, this 8-man battle royal is to determine the Monday Night Mayhem captain. The general manager put this match together with 8 people who have yet to find a purpose here in WIW and giving them the opportunity to captain the team here tonight. It's important that they get the victory as to leading the team to glory. That can go a long way in solidifying a place, and the general manager has already promised a prize to all people who win and participate at the pay-per-view, so a lot on offer if you can walk out the winner here tonight. Thomas, the first man down to the ring. The second is Bomber, who made a very big impact very, very quickly. A couple of decent wins earned him a title shot, or a #1 contender shot, which unfortunately he was unable to cash in on. But Bomber, a very tough competitor, physically strong. You can see he's well built, and the name Bomber suits his very explosive fighting style. Will he be able to turn that into a win here tonight and become the Monday Night Mayhem team captain for what will be the 4-on-4 elimination tag team match, a classic Survivor Series style match for what will be a classic Survivor Series style pay-per-view. Plenty to come at that pay-per-view. I'll explain everything nearer to the time, but for now, this is going to be one hell of a show that we are about to put on for you. Here, that's 2 men down to the ring, so let's get more down. Entry number 3 for the captain's role, another veteran, kind of. He's been here since the trial era, and so has Thomas. These two, when you think about it, make the most sense as the leader, but everybody has a claim to be the best, and no more than Jax Wolf to further claim himself as the priority. Can he get himself the captaincy tonight? Jax Wolf, a fierce one-on-one competitor, but put more than one man in the ring, he tends to struggle, although he did win a big triple threat, which earned him an opportunity in the Money in the Bank, which he was unable to cash in on. Jax Wolf has had a few opportunities this year to really show what he's made of, but so far has been unable to cash in on him. So tonight, it's important here at the Christmas Clash pay-per-view that he earns himself a victory and gives himself the opportunity to captain Monday Night Mayhem in the 4-on-4 elimination match against Fight Night. And all these people, they want gold, they want opportunities, but they also believe that they are fighting on the best show, and that them fighting on the show makes them the A show. Everyone wants to be fighting on the A show, and at this Fight Night versus Mayhem pay-per-view, which I will name nearer to the time, we are going to see these two brands collide for the first time, and we will truly see who is the better brand and the better show. So we have 3 men who've already come down to the ring to state their claim to it, and here comes the 4th man, AD Nathaniel, who has really shown himself off with his in-ring ability, but now needs to start getting into a rhythm of picking up wins. He does the damage, just doesn't do enough to pick up actual victories themselves, and that can be very costly in this type of business. But AD Nathaniel, a massive opportunity to present himself here to win tonight. The question is, can he become the captain of Mayhem in the 4-on-4? We're going to have loads of matches at that one. We're going to have the champion versus champions matches. We're going to have a few other matches, maybe some dream matches in there as well. We will see, but that's going to be one massive pay-per-view, and that's coming up in very, very soon. I'll be doing an update video very soon as well, so be sure to keep your eye out for that one as well. But that's 4 men down to the ring, all hungry to be team captain. And now for the 5th man, making his way down to the ring. It is, okay, that's a very different looking Alan Hart, but I can confirm that is Alan Hart, the All Heart, making his way down to the ring. Oh, says no heart on his boots though. Maybe he's the no heart Alan Hart right now. Look at this. That is a very different way of coming down to the ring from Alan Hart than we are used to seeing. We're used to seeing the All Heart coming down to the ring quite confidently, not with a skull mask on, which is looking very creepy, may I say, and a cape. Very different side to Alan Hart right now, but is this side of him going to help him pick up the win here tonight? He's been struggling to find a place here in WIW, yet to find a victory. And what a big first victory it would be if he could walk out the winner here tonight of this 8-man Battle Royal to kick off Christmas Clash, which is scheduled to be one hell of a show. We've got 6 incredible matches, including this one, right here to determine the captain of Monday Night Mayhem. Big opportunities arise. The winner of this one, they really get to put themselves in the leadership role and become instantly one of the front men for their brand. And a man who knows how to do that and become the center of attention, SDC, who caught everyone's attention by picking up the fastest ever debut win. He won very, very quickly. He claims it was 9 seconds. Was it? I'm not 100% sure, but I will get confirmation on that. But I can tell you it was very, very quick, considering most rookie matches go for about 10 minutes. For him to do it within the first minute was absolutely impressive. Earned himself a shot at in a #1 contenders match for the European Championship, but fell short to Mason Foster, who went on to be the European Champion. And I'm sure he'll be very eager to stake a claim for the European Championship very soon. But tonight, a big opportunity presents himself. And if he can lead a team to glory against Fight Night, the general manager, I'm sure, will be having his eyes set on him to lead Mayhem on the right track, as it would be for any of these men. Some fighters, as I mentioned, they all want the gold, and they all want the glory that comes with that. But one thing they all need and want is to be on the A show, and Robert Hall has a chance to captain the A show that he believes he is on here tonight. Robert Hall was on the receiving end of the under a minute beatdown from SDC. SDC picked up his first win against this man, and since then Robert Hall has kind of been recuperating, training a bit, just trying to get himself back to winning ways, and tonight he gets a chance to do that. And could you imagine, in only his second match, becoming the team captain of Monday Night Mayhem, especially after such an humiliating start to his WIW career. It's a big opportunity for him here tonight. That's 7 men down to the ring. We have 1 more to go, if I have counted correctly, which we all know there's a very high chance that I haven't. But I do believe this is the last man down to the ring. Someone else who's made a slight impact, but not the impact that he would have liked. It is Dixon making his way down to the ring, rocking the WIW logo here tonight, maybe clearly showing that he's ready to take on a leadership role here in WIW. And that's a very scary man. I tell you what, he'd be a very good team captain. If you get in an argument with him, I don't see you coming out on the right end. He showed very, very capable early in his career, and he's showing perfect opportunity here tonight. But can he show himself in his perfect opportunity tonight to really take the reins and produce here tonight? Can he come up with the victory? I just realized nothing I said there made an ounce of sense. But we're going to carry on anyway, because these guys are already on the way here, not wasting any time. And look at this. Oh, look at that SDC. Look at this. Everyone's flying around the place. It's craziness. Some interesting battles locking up here. Robert Hall locking up with AD Nathaniel. Thomas and the no heart, it turns out, Alan Hart. And SDC trying to eliminate Jax Wolf already, trying to get rid of one of the veterans in this match. And who else haven't I mentioned? Dixon and Bomber. Battle of the Brutes over there. These two collided quite a few times in the Fatal 4-Way match for the #1 contendership for the European Championship. Look at this. Robert Hall bringing the punches to Dixon, and is now going to get met by Mr. Bomber, who is ready to jackhammer him down. And the big moves coming out here in this 8-man Battle Royal. It's a big, big prize on the line for all 8 of these men to captain their team to potential glory. And the general manager has chosen these people because they haven't quite become the major stars as of yet. It's still early in most of these cases, these careers, but people like Thomas and Jax Wolf, who haven't quite found themselves a place in the pecking order yet, really need to do that here tonight. And Jax Wolf and Thomas, of course, as the veterans of WIW, been here for quite some time. It would be no surprise at all to see them walk out the victors here tonight. But for one of these fresh, young faces, a big opportunity presents itself here at this very festive season. This could be the best gift that they could get to start their 2018 off. And this Christmas Clash, we've got plenty of stuff. We've got all 4 championships on the line. And, of course, Stephen Miller and William Hale will finally put themselves in the ring in an attempt to end it all, the feud between them. And look at Thomas here in a big kick to the gut. And meanwhile, Alan Hart in control of AD Nathaniel. Meanwhile, Robert Hall getting a little bit of revenge there on SDC for the last time that they faced off. Remember, SDC beating Robert Hall in pretty quick fashion. I just noticed the punch there from Dixon. Oh, look at that. Was looking for an axe kick there, Robert Hall, but Dixon got involved. And Dixon just scouting out the area, deciding what he wants. Look at that. AD Nathaniel's been tossed over the rope by the no-heart Alan Hart. And Alan Hart picks up his first elimination. And not wasting any time before going for the second one, he's got Jax Wolf in a bad position here, and now Bomber. Look at Hale trying to get rid of Jax Wolf here. Trying to help pick up his second elimination. Jax Wolf survives for the second, but he's still under the push. And look at this, he's managing to fight off. And Jax Wolf survives. And look at this, Dixon gets rid of Robert Hall. It's not Robert Hall's day today. And so far, 2 eliminations. AD Nathaniel and Robert Hall already been eliminated. We are down to 6. And one of these men will be the captain of Monday Night Mayhem. And right now, Jax Wolf and Thomas going at each other, while Bomber attacking the no-heart Alan Hart. And SDC tried to pick up the elimination there, and Dixon couldn't quite do it. And now look at this. Trading fists, all 6 of these men. They're all fighting for a chance here. And no-heart Alan Hart picks a second elimination up as he eliminates Bomber. That was a massive elimination there, but look at Jax Wolf. Jax Wolf, GTS. GTS by Jax Wolf. Look at it follow through there with a punt kick as well for added impact. And now a chop, and another chop there by Dixon. Looking to pick up another elimination, and Dixon picks up another one in Thomas. What a massive elimination that is. And now look at this, a springboard. Or not a springboard, sorry. That was a standing moonsault there. He managed to hype himself up there by jumping. And we're down to 4 just like that. We're down to Dixon, SDC, Alan Hart, and Jax Wolf, who's shedding a vicious combination onto Mr. SDC. And now look at this. Look at this. Tossed out the ring like yesterday's rubbish. Alan Hart eliminated from the match by Dixon, who I believe has picked up 3 eliminations now. And now look at that. A massive elbow to the top of the head of SDC. And now look at this, following it through with a bangarang. Taking him down, and we are just down to 3. One of these men will captain Monday Night Mayhem to glory here. Well, maybe to glory, it might be to failure. We don't know yet, but tonight they're just fighting for the right to become the captain. Look at this, grabbing him by the throat there for a choke slam by Dixon. And we are looking to see which one of these men come through. Will it be the veteran, Jax Wolf, who's been here since the trial era? Will it be SDC, the uprising newcomer who's really made an instant name for himself? Or will it be Dixon, the man who's already picked up 3 eliminations and looking like an unstoppable tank at this very second? And he's got Jax Wolf on the ropes here, and he's already eliminated 1 from this position. Is he going to do it again? Yes, he is! He just tosses Jax Wolf over the rope again, and Dixon picks up his 4th elimination of the match before a gut-wrench suplex. And we are down to 2 just like that. SDC and Dixon. SDC, the man who picked up the world's fastest debut victory, up against the man who's just picked up 4 eliminations here in Dixon. And I tell you what, I mentioned earlier that Dixon, that was a pathetic attempt there from the middle rope, and Dixon's going to make him pay for it there with a backbreaker. 2 men both hunting to be the captain of Monday Night Mayhem, and one of them will do that right here now. And look at that. Big backbreaker and another one. And following it through with one more, potentially. There's the third backbreaker. And Dixon looking to pick up the final elimination, potentially. Look to scoop him up. Oh no, big counter by SDC. And now SDC with a chance to capitalize. What can he do here from this position? He's going to put him on the ropes, potentially. This could be the opening he needs. Can SDC do it? Yes, he can. Super kick. And SDC picks up the win here. Massive elimination that was. And after picking up most of the eliminations is what I was going to say. Dix is eliminated. And SDC picks up the first victory tonight. And is the new captain for the Monday Night Mayhem 4v4 tag team elimination match that will be at the Mayhem versus Fight Night pay-per-view, which is yet to be named, but we are getting there with the naming process. A big first victory here tonight and a big win for that man right there, SDC. A massive elimination to win this match, and we are looking at the new captain of Monday Night Mayhem. But that doesn't just stop the fun there. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight here at Christmas Clash, we have the first title match of the evening, and it is for the European Championship, which has only just recently changed hands to the Welshman, Mason Foster. It's been a crazy month for this title. It's been very choppy and changey, and we didn't really know what was happening for the most of it. But in the end, we have resorted to this. Brad Skeens and Mason Foster, after a couple of weeks of back and forth violence towards each other, they both come down here with the same goal, to walk out the European champion. For Brad Skeens, this is his third attempt at the title. Of course, both of those two former attempts against Jace, the most dominant champion that has been today in singles action. But Brad Skeens has one more chance here tonight to become the first non-European champion. The US man, very proud, wears this country's flag on his back, and tonight here at Christmas Clash, he is here to put on a show for everyone and to become the European champion. A few weeks ago, he returned and he said that the champion was unworthy and that Jace was the only reason he won, of course, was Jace's distraction, which, of course, did actually turn out to be true. He won off of Jayden's distraction, but Mason Foster is here tonight to make it very clear to everyone that he is a deserved champion. The fans believe in him, his friends backstage believe in him, but there are those who do not believe in him. And for Brad Skeens, he wants to prove that it's not true and that he has what it takes to be the champion. You gotta believe, though, after 3 failed attempts, as it would be if he loses tonight, that is it for him. So he has to win here tonight. It's a big, big ask, but can he do it? We'll have to find out here tonight. But here comes the champion. For the first pay-per-view ever, the European Championship comes around the waist of someone that isn't Jace for the very first time. This is a crazy moment to see Mason Foster coming out here with the title around his waist. The Welsh Wonder Boy taking the title from Jace as the opportunity presented itself. He only did it on an episode of Monday Night Mayhem, but that meant just as much to him as anything. Of course, was put on the spot, forced to do this match, forced to do the European title match just moments after winning the #1 contendership match for the right to face Jace for that title. Then, of course, Jayden's distraction helped him land that big butterfly DDT, which helped him go to conquer the Portuguese Phoenix and take the European Championship home with him. Tonight, he makes his first title defense against a very formidable opponent, Brad Skeens. The reason he's had 3 opportunities is because he's quite simply on that level. Every time he steps into the ring, he wins, but then when the title comes on the line, that's when he chokes under the pressure. But tonight, he can't afford to let that happen. But Mason Foster also can't afford to look like a weak champion and fail to defend the title on its first attempt. The current pay-per-view history for that title, the title has never changed hands. For this title, that is, the European title has never changed hands on a pay-per-view. This could be the first time ever if Brad Skeens conquers Mason Foster A lot of history being made here tonight, and it's all for this prize, the European Championship, which has definitely earned its prestige among the fans and the people backstage, and everyone has their eyes on becoming the champion. The challenger today, of course, looking to become the first non-European European champion, making history here tonight. That's what he aims to do, and to show up the champion and prove that he is not worthy to hold that title. That's his ultimate goal here tonight. But can Brad Skeens finally put his ghost behind him and move on to have a merry 2018? But for the champion Mason Foster here tonight, also to prove a point, no one believes that he is worthy of being champion because Jace was such a dominant champion. Now everyone believes that he is vulnerable and not ready for the big time. But tonight he's here to prove that he is, defending his European Championship for the very first time in his title reign. Can he do it here tonight? It's big fight feels here as the European Championship is put on the line for the first ever time a European Championship match has occurred without Jace in it. Tonight we move on from Jace's reign in the European Championship and move on to a new chapter in the European Championship history. But who is going to be the man to make that impact? Will it be Brad Skeens? Will it be Mason Foster? We don't know. Let's get this one on the way. No disqualifications needed to be pointed out here. Anything goes here tonight. And Mason Foster getting straight to work. He wants to get in control early here at the Christmas Clash. A lot of eyes on Mason Foster here tonight as a massive suplex, using the ropes as well for added impact. And look at this. Foster taking off the turnbuckle here. Well, he knows that Skeens isn't going to be scared of playing dirty. Oh, look at this though. Oh, and he's been made to pay for it. And it just comes to show you, doing things like that doesn't always pay off. And look at Skeens now to the outside. This is about to get really extreme, real quick as a kendo stick comes into play. Is he going to use it? No! Foster prevents him from using it in a massive DDT. And Foster off to a good start out the gate here at Christmas Clash. And this is what he needed to get the momentum going. Brad Skeens, we've seen, takes a little bit of time to get into the rhythm of things. So if he can get this one done early, this might be the way for him to win. And now look at this, choking him out from the Tree of Woe position. A vulnerable place to be in here for Brad Skeens. And the knee dropped onto the apron. And Mason Foster in early control here. The European champion showing his stuff straight out the gate. The Welsh Wonder Boy has had a real turnaround since his debut just a few months ago. And look at this. He was thinking about going for the kendo stick instead. Going to go for the springboard. Beautiful display of offense there from Mason Foster. But now Skeens with the counter can take advantage here if he can. And it's a Russian leg sweep. And already that exposed turnbuckle has been used. And now a kendo stick as well. Unfortunately didn't get any connection with it. And now look at this. Skeens trying to fight on here. Trying to take control of the match if he can help it. There's a beautiful move there. With a double axe handle right to the top of the skull. And now a neck breaker as well. And Skeens trying to turn the tide in this one quickly. And once again another neck snap. And he's got him down on the ground where he can just pound away on the top of the head with those elbows. Brad Skeens trying to get control here. The American far away from home here as this pay-per-view is coming to you from England, of course. He's got a tough ask here tonight, but can he get the job done? Everyone has underestimated Foster, said he's not a worthy champion, that he is only half the man that Jace was, never mind the champion, half the champion that he was. Tonight he has a chance to prove that, and Brad Skeens trying to prove that that is true, and Foster trying to prove it's false. And looks at this, Skeens with the baseball bat from behind, but look at this, Foster saw it coming. Gets out of the way, but Brad Skeens quickly straight back on the attack, not wasting any time here. And now he's got Foster on the ropes. And what's he thinking? He tosses him to the other side of the ropes before tossing him back in here. Almost giving him whiplash with this back to forth action. And now look at this, scooping him up in a power slam position. This is where he wants him, and a stun gun off the ropes. And now once again resuming to the bat, where he's finally going to lay the mark down. Hits him on the back with the bat and tosses it out of the rings to prevent the use of it from Mason Foster. And now look at this, a bit of showboating here with two big fists to follow. And now Foster, his title reign's in jeopardy here. Look at this, there's a spin, no! Big counter by Foster. Foster with the counter off the spear. And now taking the time to soak it up from the fans. Quickly becoming a fan favourite here, Mason Foster. In the WIW. And hopefully, and he's looking to dominate here as a European champion. But he's struggling to keep control here. He had an early spell of control. But since then, it's been all on Brad Skeens. And Foster needs to start mounting some offense once again if he can here. And look at this. Big shot to the spins Skeens all the way around, but then gets countered. And now another counter, this time by Foster. Spins him around again. And look at this. Maybe looking to toss him to the outside. He does. Oh, look at that. A big shot to the head. Oh, what's he thinking here? Look at this. What's he doing? Foster. Look at this. Oh, a massive suplex. Using the ropes to just lift him over the top. Straight into the cover. What an amazing move that is. Is that going to be enough to retain the title? No, it's not. It's a 2 count. And Foster believes that was a 3. Clearly wasn't, though. And Foster has to continue to fight on here. But what an impressive superplex is it really much turned into. Extra height on it, and now to the top rope looking to fly. There's a frog splash. And Skeens losing control very quickly. That massive superplex off the apron has turned the tide here back in the favour of Foster. But look at that. There's a counter preventing the suplex. Now needs to take advantage of this opportunity. Oh, look at that. A skull-crushing finale. It's Skeens playing to the crowd, but the crowd aren't responding. The crowd are not very keen on Skeens. But Skeens very keen on becoming the European champion and willing to do whatever it takes here tonight. 2 big fists. Foster backs up into the corner only to be met with a running elbow. And following up with a running bulldog. And now out to the outside. He's looking for another object. Is Skeen bringing in all the objects here today? And what's he coming up with now? It's a ladder. What's he going to do with that? He's brought a ladder into the ring. And what's the plan for the ladder? Look at this. Oh, went to use it. Went to smash it on the head of Foster, but he takes it from it. And went to land it on Skeens, but Skeens with the counter. And he just puts it down where he wants it. Oh, look at this. What's Foster thinking? He grabs him. They're tossing him. Oh, and onto the ladder right on the bridge of it. And straight into the cover off the impact. Is he going to get enough to get this one done? It's another 2 count. And Foster thought he had him there. Hasn't quite done the job. Skeens able to wriggle out there before the elbows can land on top of the head. Big counter again. They're right near this ladder as well. They crash him onto it. Could be added impact. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Looking for the next step. Oh, right on the ladder. And look at this. The elbows on top of the head whilst he lays on top of the ladder. And I think those elbows are busted open Skeens. Oh my god, Skeens is in a terrible place. But look at this. Oh, what a mini attitude adjustment there. Right on top of the ladder. And now Skeens once again looking for the spear. And he crashes him right onto the ladder. Is that going to be enough? The cover. Skeens has done it. Skeens wins the European Championship with a brutal spear right on top of the ladder. And Brad Skeens, the spear finally pays off for him. It hasn't done much yet, but what an amazing match that was. 2 people who went full on for that European Championship, but Brad Skeens did what he said he would. As soon as Jace drops the title, he said he'd be able to pick it up. And that's exactly what he's done here. Foster put up an amazing fight, but it was this spear crashing him right onto the ladder that won for Skeens. And Skeens finally has achieved his dream of becoming the first first American European champion, the first non-European to become the champion. What a win that is for Brad Skeens. He said 3rd time's a charm, and that's exactly what has been the case here. He holds the title high, and that's not going to be a fan favourite victory there, but for Skeens, he won't care. He has captured the European Championship here, and the first person to successfully win it and make it change hands at a pay-per-view. A fantastic victory here tonight for Brad Skeens in what was a fantastic Extreme Rules matchup, but it's time to move on down the rest of the card. Time for another title match here at Christmas Clash after that fantastic first one there between Mason Foster and Brad Skeens. We now have the Fight Night Women's Championship about to be defended for the very first time here on Monday Night Mayhem. sorry, the Monday Night Mayhem Women's Championship. Forgot, excuse me, I messed that up really badly, I just realised. But Lulu Torres has exploded onto the scene since arriving in WIW. She, in that first Women's Championship Battle Royal, she eliminated 4 women, only to be eliminated to the current Women's Champion, Sandra Piper. But tonight, after winning a #1 contenders match, she gets another opportunity to walk out with the Women's Championship. The question is, can she get it done? It's a big, big ask, but can she get it done here tonight? I just realized that this arena said Raw. I really should have looked at this arena a bit more than I did. I thought it looked okay, and I didn't really have time to make another one. Hope you guys understand. But, yeah, I thought it came out okay considering. But anyway, it's time to bring out the champion, who's been off TV for a little while, waiting to see who her challenger is going to be. But I have a feeling she had a sneaky suspicion from the start that it was going to be Lulu Torres. It is the Monday Night Mayhem Women's Champion, the first ever Women's Champion in history outside of the trial era. It is Sandra Piper making her way down to the ring with the Mayhem Women's Championship around her waist. She is here for the first time to defend it for the first time. And this is a big, big night for her if she can defend this. A big chance to show what she's made of, whether she's going to be a dominant champion or is this women's title going to be passed around like the WIW Championship, which of course is scheduled to be defended on later on tonight in the show. But for Sandra Piper, this is a big, big fight. Can she do the job here tonight and defend that title around her waist for the very first time? It's a big ask in front of a big crowd here, but can she get it done? Sandra Piper looking to make a name for herself, but Lulu Torres looking to dethrone her before she can, and that's what it's for. The Mayhem Women's Championship, the red and gold going very nicely there, to be fair. The challenger Lulu Torres, after an impressive showing, has earned herself another shot at the title. Question is, can she capitalize tonight? She's beaten everybody else in her path, but the question is, can she repeat that here tonight? But for the champion, Sandra Piper, winning every match she's participated in so far, can she retain the title in one-on-one circumstances here tonight against Lulu Torres? She's beaten her once this month. Can she do it again? We shall see. But Sandra Piper ready to defend that Mayhem Women's Championship. And she looks at it one more time before handing it over to the referee. Will it be the last time she gets to see it around her waist? Or will it be going around the waist of Lulu Torres? The title held high. It's big, big stakes here tonight for these two women. Both ready to make an impact and become the faces of the Mayhem Women's Division. Bell rings and away we go. Look at that, Sandra Piper steamrolling out of the gate here with a big overhead belly-to-belly suplex. And now look at this straight away with the elbows, not wasting any time here, Sandra Piper. She wants to get this done and dusted as quick as possible. She just wants to get in, retain the title, and leave. No further stress. She knows that people like Leah Rose or Elliot Rogers could be watching backstage ready to strike. And of course, only 4 women really got the opportunity to go on to face Sandra Piper, and that was Lulu Torres, Hale Bowen. Oh no, it was only 3 in the end. It was a triple threat. Yeah, it was Lulu Torres, Elliot Rogers, and Leah Rose. The other 4 women will be getting their opportunities very, very soon. Don't you worry about that. They'll be the next lot to test their might against Sandra Piper. But Leah Rose has been lurking around Sandra Piper for weeks, and Sandra Piper managed to get her own back on her. But for Lulu Torres, she needs to use the psychological advantage to her advantage, because Lulu Torres has not got anything in the back of her mind other than winning the championship. Sandra Piper, surely after all these attacks, must have Leah Rose in her back of her mind. Look at that. Taunting her, laughing right at her, and that's made her angry, and that's made her receive an exploder. Power slam right there. And look at the strength of Sandra Piper, such a dominant force in the ring. Considerably taller than all the other women, and that equates to her strength as well, as she displays there with a big suplex. And now look at this, smack bang in the middle of the ring as she lands a snap suplex. And she's off to a good start here, Sandra Piper, and she knows it. She's not wasting any time here at all to assert her dominance. She has one goal in mind, and that is to maintain the Women's Championship here tonight. But she's going to be cautious of anyone trying to help Lulu Torres pick up the victory. And Lulu Torres is looking to exploit that here. She's come up with the counter, but now she needs to mount some offense again. And well caught by Sandra Piper, who's looking so dominant. Look at this. Just carries her around like she weighs nothing and slams her back down again. And now, on the leg, what's she thinking? Oh, look at this. And the submission hold is applied. It's a unique submission hold here. Wearing down on the ankle. She might have her here, but Lulu Torres finds a way out of it. And now grabbing Sandra by the head. See how much she had to reach up there just to do that. But Sandra Piper, another brilliant counter. And now look at this. Oh, and a massive headbutt. And looking for one more. Maybe there she is. Oh, is she going for a third? Beautiful sequence by Sandra Piper. And look at that. Bouncing off the ropes was Lulu Torres. But Lulu Torres shakes off the headbutts. She can't let anything phase her tonight. And that's exactly what she's trying to do. Look at that. Deep six. And now looking to wrap this one up is Lulu Torres, about to put away Sandra Piper. Looking for that straight jacket power bomb. Gets her up. And slams her down. This could be it. Is Lulu Torres the new women's champion? No, it's a 2 count. And a very strong kick out at 2 from Sandra Piper. And Lulu Torres thought she was about to become the women's champion. But Sandra Piper, straight back to her feet, not wasting any time, just catching her there and slamming her down. That big pump handle slam connects, and Sandra Piper almost retains the Women's Championship. I thought she'd done it there, that's why I was talking so calmly. But now Lulu Torres kicks out. And what a battle we've had here tonight. Remember, this is for the Mayhem Women's Championship. 2 women who have asserted their dominance since debuting. Oh, look at that, another taunt. And once again, Sandra Piper makes her pay for taunting. Lulu Piper just trying to play the psychological game. But Sandra Piper using the strength to counteract the psychological game. And there's a backbreaker. And another backbreaker. Nice combination there from Sandra Piper, the women's champion. Who's so tall, but very skinny, had to be said. And straight into the cover, looking to defend the Women's Championship. Right here, it's a 2 count. Sandra Piper looking worn out. You can see it in her eyes. Lulu is putting her through her paces here. This has been an incredible Women's Championship match. And now the headbutts coming in again. That headbutt trifecta. Looking to just knock the lights out of Lulu Torres. And picking her straight back up. Not wasting any time because we know what comes next. Oh, looking for it again, but no. Lulu Torres, big counter. She needed that one. And straight into the cover, trying to catch Sandra Piper off guard, but he's only going to get a 1 count. As to be expected. But look at this, playing to the crowd again. The crowd not really behind it, but Lulu Torres seems to be really enjoying herself tonight, despite the beating that's being brought to her by Sandra Piper. And look at this, spun around. She's going to be made to pay there with a massive German suplex. Did you see how awkwardly she landed? Look at this. What's she thinking here? She's got her up on the shoulders. And now wearing down on her on her back. It was a submission hold. And she's tapped from it. What a beautiful submission. I didn't even notice. She choked her out with her own arm into the rack attack. What a beautiful move that was from Sandra Piper, who has just retained the Women's Championship here tonight. Lulu Torres put up a brave fight, but it was a match predominantly controlled by Sandra Piper. I thought that deep 6 was going to be the turning point, but unfortunately for Lulu, she was unable to make it count when it mattered. Sandra Piper retains the Fight Night Women's Championship. And look at the scream of joy. She knows how well she did. She did brilliantly here tonight. And she takes that title back from the referee. Her first successful title defense, the first successful women's title defense in history. A big, big night and a big, big win for Sandra Piper. And she sends a warning to all her other challengers that this title is staying with her. And she dares anyone to come and take it from her. A massive, fantastic match that was. But let's move on down the rest of the card because we've got plenty more to come. Next up tonight, a massive grudge match which is finally going to reach its conclusion. Or is it? These two have been going hammer and tong for weeks, and we're finally going to get to see Hale and Stephen Miller finally settle this in the ring. And the first man down to the ring is Hale, who a few weeks ago at the last pay-per-view for Monday Night Mayhem interrupted Stephen Miller's match with the intention of stopping him from getting a title opportunity. He believes that he deserves the title opportunity himself, and that's why he's down to the ring. He says on his shirt, "I am greatness, I am glory, I am the one." Hale ready to make an impact in WIW and ready to prove that he is worthy of a title opportunity himself. And you've got to imagine that one of these guys will be the next in line for the title if they can walk out the winner. Two brilliant fighters. Hale, a very technical fighter, a very smart strategist fighter, brilliant to watch in the ring. Stephen Miller, an all-around fantastic fighter, a great athlete, and a tremendous superstar who has literally caught the attention of everyone in the backstage area, including Hale, which is what started this all in the first place. So without further ado, let's bring him down. Stephen Miller ready to get this one underway here tonight. Finally get some revenge on the man who has been sabotaging him for weeks. Stephen Miller has won every match he's participated in bar one, and that was the triple threat match, which he wasn't even pinned in. Stephen Miller has been so dominant since his debut in Monday Night Mayhem, as he promised he would be. He promised he'd be one of the best. He promised he'd be dominant. And tonight, he gets a chance just to prove how fantastic and dominant he can be. He calls himself the real deal for a reason. Stephen Miller finally gets his shot at revenge here tonight. And this is Falls Count Anywhere. No disqualifications, no countouts. The general manager is making sure that tonight, this is it. And we do not want to see these two getting in each other's way any longer. Look at this. Straight away, Stephen Miller daring him to come to the outside. He wants to get weapons involved straight away. And straight away, the first move of the match is a baseball bat to the top of the head. And that just shows you the hostility that has built up between these two over the last couple of weeks. And look at this, these two trading fists before a beautiful neck breaker from Hale. And Hale, very much, in many regards, an old school fighter, a very technical styled fighter. Uses a lot of traditional wrestling moves to get the job done. But he is a very effective fighter in his craft. And that's just, look at this, laughing already at Stephen Miller. These two just genuinely hate each other. Hale attacked him weeks ago with the sole purpose of making sure that no one stops him from becoming a potential champion contender. And he felt that Stephen Miller was a real threat to that. And that is why he targeted him. And for good reasons as well. Stephen Miller was a match away from becoming the European champion after that match with Jax Wolf. But unfortunately for him, that distraction cost him. And he could not pick up the victory. Straight into the cover here goes Stephen Miller. Looking to wrap this one up early and only gets a 1 count. And after weeks and weeks of being beaten down and attacked by Hale, fights backstage. They want his revenge, and he finally wants to get past Hale and wrap this one up in the history books as his win. But look at this, the trading of fists, and Hale comes out on top. Did you just see that man come out from the crowd? And Jojo. I just see that. I just watched. That was pretty cool. I didn't even notice that. Well, I did notice that, but I'm not sure how many people did notice that. Look at this, the baseball bat again. Stephen Miller beating him down. And as you can see, no love lost between these two. They absolutely despise each other, and they're going to do anything they can to dismantle the other. And there's a massive elbow. And now gets him up on the shoulders. What's he thinking here? Oh no, Stephen Miller in trouble here. Look at that, just tossing him into the LED corner board. Oh my god, the devastation there. Massive, massive impact. And now look at this. Looking for the DDT on the concrete. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is not snow. That is just made to look like snow. Oh, but look at this, big counter. And now Stephen Miller trying to fight back here on Hale. But Hale in complete control right now. And already looking to put this one away. Stephen Miller in a lot of trouble here. Beautiful drop onto the knee. into the cover, but the referee went to go and get a cup of tea, I guess, into the cover. And no, I didn't think that was going to be enough. But William Hale believes it was. He thought that was a 3 count right there. And look at this, begging him to get back to his feet. The referee's gone back for his cup of tea. And we're going to carry on. William Hale in complete control, dominating. Stephen Miller here tonight. And look at that, face first once again. Miller needs to do something now. He is in serious jeopardy. He's getting beaten down here tonight by William Hale. And Stephen Miller, the real deal, he calls himself, well, William Hale, producing a real threat here tonight. What is this referee doing, by the way? And look at this. Oh, snapping in the neck. The arm, sorry, and it's an armbar. Into the armbar. Stephen Miller trying to make William Hale tap here. That's a smart tactic, but not enough damage done on the arm. He breaks out, and look at this, trying to steal the cover here on Stephen Miller, and he's only going to get a 2 count for it. And this match, straight from the offset, has been on the outside. Neither of these two interested in keeping it in the ring. It's been too chaotic of a rivalry for it to be contained inside the ring. And look at that, a kick sending him into the crowd. And now we're going to brawl on the outside here of the arena, right in front of the crowd to see. And look at this, William Hale and Stephen Miller trading fists. And they're coming near to a very dangerous area in this arena. Look at this, the elbows and the shots. And look at that, right to the back of the head. And look at that, Miller trying to fight back though. Miller's not going to let him get away with this as easy as he has so far. And now look at this, just dragging him where he wants him. William Hale knows he has control. He's dominated this fight from near enough start to finish. And now he's got him in a very bad place. There's lots of dangerous objects right around him. And look at this, dropping him right on the baseball bat. And he's bleeding as a result. Stephen Miller busted open from landing on that baseball bat. Beautiful awareness there from Stephen Miller. Oh, look at that. Miller went for a big shot. Hale went for a big shot. And Miller with the counter. But look at this. Miller on top of the chair. Sit out powerbomb from out of nowhere. And Stephen Miller now into the cover. Has he done it? Has he wrapped up William Hale? Yes, he has. That sit out pile driver, the tie driver, right on the chair, wraps it up, and how on earth has he just walked out the winner of that one? William Hale, a match he dominated. He destroyed Stephen Miller from start to finish, but unfortunately for him, this was the closest he came to a 3 count there, that very close 2.5 count, but then the armbar, since things were turning, he couldn't get it done. But it was this, right on the chair, that sit-out pile driver, a.k.a. the tie driver, and Stephen Miller knocks off another threat, another amazing victory for Stephen Miller, right when we thought that his impressive win streak was about to come to the end. What a brilliant fight that was, and a massive win for Stephen Miller, the real deal. Let's move on now, the rest of the card. It's been a great night of WIW action here at Christmas Clash. We've still got 2 more fights to go, but the next one is for the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. We've been waiting a long time, it feels like, to see this rematch for the Mayhem Tag Team Championships, the Dragon Dynasty. Once again, going head-to-head with the Linebacks here in tag team action. The Linebacks, of course, winning the last time out on countout after leaving Rage, I believe, on the outside to sit and suffer the defeat that was given to them. And of course, the Dragon Dynasty, as you can imagine, were not very pleased about that, not in the slightest. But for the Dragon Dynasty, tonight is their second chance, their second opportunity. And Brad Skeens earlier tonight managed to capitalize on his third opportunity. So can these guys capitalize on their second chance at the WIW Mayhem Tag Team Championships? Unfortunately, the same rules apply. The champion's advantage still lies with the Linebacks. For the Dragon Dynasty, this is their final opportunity to capture the tag team titles for now. This is their rematch. The general manager gave it to them out of the courtesy of the fact of how disastrous the last match was between these two teams. But this time, the general manager will keep a clamp on the Linebacks and make sure that we don't have a repeat of last time. as scary as that team is of Lance and Rage, they must face them here tonight. And here comes the Mayhem Tag Team Champions, Kazarian Green, Kazarian Xander, and Patrick Green. I knew I was going to mess that up straight away. And the Mayhem Tag Team Champions making their way down to the ring. No, Coach Wilson still rocking the vintage lineback attire, back when they were called the quarterbacks, in honor of Mr. Wilson, who is still out very, very injured after the assault from the Wolfpack. And of course, at the next Mayhem versus Fight Night pay-per-view, they might get a chance of revenge again. Of course, they did win that match the first time, and I'm sure the Wolfpack would be very hungry for some revenge. Or will we get to see the Dragon Dynasty versus the Wolfpack? We'll have to find out, because the Mayhem Tag Team titles are on the line. Are we going to get some different results for us tonight? Lance and Rage, no wonder last time they resorted to taking the count-out victory against these two, because on their best day, they are unbeatable. On Lance's worst day, he's seeming unbeatable at this point. Two monstrous men who will stop at nothing to capture the Tag Team Championships. And as for the Linebacks, still no Coach Wilson, and there's been a lot of unclarity, a lack of clarity, should I say, between the two as of late, but they've still been the dominant force that they've always been. They never give up. Can they finally put the Dragon Dynasty behind them and pick up another successful defense here of the Mayhem Tag Team Championships? Of course, they're the first team ever to win it twice, first tag team to win it twice. And up, down, down, the only other team to hold the titles. Will the Dragon Dynasty put their names down in history by becoming the Mayhem Tag Team Champions here tonight? Once again, Tyson Jackson at ringside. He's going to let Lance and Rage do their things. This match is on the way, and straight out of the gate, look at that. A massive punch there by Kazarian Xander, following by a suplex. And that's what they've got to do here. Straight out the gate, bring the fight to them. Because if you give them space, they're going to make you pay for it. They're a deadly team, the Vikings of Destiny. And Xander and Green know that full well, which is why they took the precautions that they did last time, winning on count-out. Look at this, telling him to get up to his feet. Oh, and already Jackson getting involved. And he's going to give him the space there. Did you see the punch there? And in comes Lance. A man who is still yet to be pinned since his debut all the way back at High Voltage. Never been taken down for good. Oh, look at that. Well done there by Patrick Green to give his partner a bit of time to get back to his feet. And he might have given him the open he needs to capitalize. Look at that. There's a neck breaker. Well played there between the Linebacks. Of course, they're outnumbered here tonight. No Coach Wilson at ringside to guide them, and they've been looking lost without him. But tonight they get to show their dominance if they can successfully retain. And look at that. There's a big knee to the gut and another one on the opposite side. And Green getting the crowd behind him as a Russian leg sweep completes that very impressive combination from the Tag Team Champions. Oh, look at that. Lance rolls out of harm's way. Wisely so. And that's giving him the space to come back in and grab Xander by the neck. But Xander not letting him get to his team's corner. And of course, the Dragon Dynasty already losing once. But the general manager letting him have another try because it was by count out. They can't afford to let another opportunity slip. Tag back in comes Patrick Green. And there's a leg drag down to the canvas and an elbow drop. And he basically just shook that off there as he was so desperate to make the tag into the cover. First cover of the match ends in a 1. And look at that. Already. Rage's had enough and he's just tearing apart both tag team partners. Patrick Green and Kazarian Xander taken down quite badly. And now Rage working on Xander on the outside. And Patrick Green left to fight Lance on the inside. Rage, this new attitude of his, very, very aggressive attitude. But is it going to pay off here tonight? He's definitely done the damage there to Xander and Green. And he's given Lance the opening he needs to take control again. Massive knee down right where it's going to hurt, right on the face. And look at this, Jackson. What's Jackson doing? Jackson's bringing in a chair. Has he changed his mind about the tag team titles already? Well, okay then. Or maybe he has a plan for that chair, Tyson Jackson. Clearly willing to do whatever it takes to assert the Dragon Dynasty confidence. And look at this, he's distracting the referee. He's distracted the referee. But what's Lance doing? Oh, Lance was going to slam him down on the chair while the referee was distracted. I see what they were doing, but he couldn't quite get there. Green was able to escape before that. Look at that. Lance was thinking of a choke slam there. Couldn't connect, and instead counters out into a Russian leg sweep. Green trying to crawl away to Xander, and only to be met at the foot of Lance. Lance, oh, and dropping the knee again. And once again trying to make the tag. But look at this. The crowd. And look at this, he's going to let him. He wants Xander to come in. Tag. In comes Kazarian. He was waiting for that tag, and he caught him straight away. He knew full well he was going to charge at him. And just taking him down, trying to kill the momentum. And maybe Lance knew exactly what he was doing there. Tag made, and in comes Rage. Rage, the angry beast that he has become. Completely different man since losing the World Championship. Remember, of course, the first ever World Champion. And tonight, asserting his dominance here by taking them both out at the same time. And now trying to just fight back. And remember, it was Rage that was counted out last time. They weren't even interested in entertaining the thought of having to fight both Lance and Rage at the same time. And tonight, they're facing that fact. They're looking at the referee, picked up the chair and just threw it back down. Thought about getting rid of it, and he thought, that's effort. Green finally back to his feet as he gets to see his partner being choked out in the bottom corner. We've already seen one title change hands here tonight. Will we see another? And look at that, a massive clothesline, and sends him over the top rope. And that's giving him the room to make the tag, but Jackson getting him back to his feet, allowing him to recuperate, regroup, and go back to the game plan if he can. But look at that, straight away met with Patrick Green as he gets into the ring, and the Linebacks really bringing it here. Oh, look at that. Was taunting in his face, and Rage and Lance, sorry, made him pay. A lot of one names in the Dragon Dynasty. I just realised now, Lance and Rage. And finally, the referee gets rid of the chair. He decided, you know what, that's a dangerous place to put that. Let's not have that there. And now, Rage trying to get the control back. This has been going the Linebacks' way for a minute or two here, and he can't afford to let that trend continue. Look at this. Look at us scoop him up, and a beautiful scoop-up slam right in the middle of the apron, but he's going to drag him to his team's corner. Might have been thinking of making a tag there, but Xander is not in any shape to get back in the ring at the second. And Rage might be able to capitalize here. Sends him to the Dragon Dynasty corner. This is not where he wants to be. Tag made. In comes Lance. Oh, look at that. The power of that gut punch. Straight away picking him up and dropping him down on the knee. And all of a sudden, that one miscommunication between the Linebacks there, not knowing who is ready to come in and make the tag. And that's hurt them badly, because now they're in a bad position because Lance has them in their grasp. Oh, but look at this. Patrick Green, big counter. That's what he needs. Playing to the crowd. The crowd just don't know what to think about the Dragon Dynasty. Sometimes they really show how strong they are and good, and they play by the rules, and then others, they'll just do whatever the hell they want. And that's exactly what their title reign has been like. Oh, look at that, a big frog splash. Crossbody splash in the corner, and then a stun gun to follow. And look at this, not done there, but big boot. Did you see how quickly he dropped to the floor, and a leg drop to follow. Beautiful sequence there by Patrick Green. And now Lance in a lot of trouble. To the corner he goes. Green's got him right where he wants him. Looking for the running haymaker, but instead, Lance grabbed him before he could produce the run-up. And this is the problem with Lance. Lance just will not go down. And look at this. Tossing him there. Oh, he could have tossed him onto the chair on the outside. I don't think he saw it. But these two teams are already showing they're willing to do whatever it takes to walk out the winner here tonight. And now Green once again bringing him back to his corner. Is Xander ready to make the tag this time? Oh no, decides against it. Oh no, there we go. There we go. I thought that's what they were going for. They decided against it at one point, but they've gone back to it now. And now picking him back up. Oh, spins him around there with the power of that punch. And a zigzag to follow. And Lance is in trouble here. The momentum is with the Linebacks. They're dealing the damage. Rage one's in. And Lance fights him off. But Lance, look at this. He's taking some hits and yet just shakes them all off, because now he's looking to deliver a big hit of his own. Discus big boot right to the jaw of Kazarian Xander. And now dragging him to the Dragon Dynasty corner so he can make the cover. Has he done it? Do we have new Mayhem Tag Team Champions? No, Patrick Green is able to break it up. He dashes past Rage using his speed to get the cover broken up. Big save by Patrick Green. They hold on for another minute as Tag Team Champions. And I thought that might have been it then. Rage was quick to go for Patrick Green, but Patrick Green was able to get him away. Oh, look at this! Always looking for that devastating DDT. It didn't quite pay off. And look at this. Oh, look at this. Was taunting in his face. How can you do that? And look at Jackson. He's furious. He did not like the fact that that just happened. That he was caught taunting. But look at this now, fighting back with the fighting spirit that he has. He's just too powerful in his power. Once again, dominating Xander there with a series of clotheslines. And now he's got him right in the middle of the ring. Looking for that suplex into the cutter. Devastating impact. And Lance once again establishing control. But look at this. Big counter by Kazarian Xander. He missed the DDT. He might want to get out of there because he's taking some hits. Patrick Green probably the fresher of the two right now. Lance, the freshest man in the ring. He's only been in there in sequences. Lance been taking the majority of the heavy hits. Tried to scoop him up there. Couldn't quite do it. And Xander gets out of harm's way. And now looking for a belly-to-belly right in the middle of the ring. And this has been a tag team classic so far. We still are no closer to determining a winner. Xander from the middle rope. Completely scuffed that one up. Misjudged the jump on that one. But now to the lineback corner. Might have been thinking for the blitz there. But instead a big counter by Lance. And now sending him to his own corner. Oh, look at that. A massive strike there. And now look at this. What's he setting him up for? Look at this. Lance to the top rope. Oh no, this is not a good position. Double knees. Almost breaking the ribs of Kazarian Xander. Into the cover. Is Patrick Green going to get there again? No, he doesn't need to. Kazarian Xander kicks out on his own accord. And now look at this. Military press slamming him down. And now he's going to tag out. And he does. But Kazarian also tags out. In comes Patrick Green as well. And Patrick Green off the hot tag. Carrying the momentum that came with it. Big clothesline following the shoulder tackle. And a big shoulder tackle again. And Green and Xander are on the back pedal now. The advantage right now is with the Dragon Dynasty. But they're looking to turn it around here. And he's looking to do just that here. Looking for a splash in the corner. Can he connect? Big splash again. And he's groggy, but he still stands. The former world champion still stands. And now look at this. Trying to get him up and tossing him across the ring. And Rage just staring down at one half of the Mayhem Tag Team Champions. He wants that title around his waist to be the first person to hold a singles and a tag team title. First person to hold two different titles in the whole series. That would be a big, big achievement for this man if he could do it. Of course, Jace with an opportunity to do that as well tonight. He'd be the first person to hold the two singles title, but of course that hasn't happened yet. And Lance was just admiring his prey, waited for him to get back to his feet before just slamming him straight back down. A big build up there just for that, and then picking him back up for the Superman punch. And now we could be looking at the end. Rage looking for Road Rage to capture the Mayhem Tag Team titles. Road Rage, no, countered. Countered by Patrick Green. And straight into the cover. Somehow that's not a rope break. Has he stolen it again? That's a rope break, ref. Referee, that's a rope break. His hand is quite clearly under the rope. That's a rope break. Once again, Green and Xander retain the Mayhem Tag Team titles. But I could swear that's a rope break. Another devastating defeat for the Dragon Dynasty. And the Linebacks get away with it again right when I thought they had him. Look, there was the Superman punch. Are they going to show the Spirit Road Rage on the replay? They didn't. It was a very controversial ending. Another very controversial ending between these two. But once again, Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green retain the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. The two-time Tag Team Champions now enjoying their longest reign as champion. Knock off the Dragon Dynasty again. And I'm not sure the Dragon Dynasty are going to be done with them just yet. Of course, no titles will be defended at the next pay-per-view because it's going to be a joint one. But I'm not sure that the Dragon Dynasty are ready to leave things on that note. But it looks like the Linebacks are ready to move on to bigger and better things. Big win for the Linebacks. Can they continue this dominant reign? We'll have to find out soon enough. But it's now time for tonight's huge main event. The final match of Christmas Clash. And for me, it will be the final match of 2017. I'll talk more about that in an update video nearer to, probably after Christmas Day, probably on Boxing Day. But it is the WIW Championship on the line tonight in a triple threat elimination falls count anywhere match. It's going to be one hell of a chaotic match, this one indeed. 3 men with different routes to getting to this point. First man down, the Portuguese Phoenix, the former European champion, Jace. Jace, after an 84-day title reign as the European champion, lost the title when Jayden interrupted his match. And the reason for Jayden interrupting him, of course, was because he was very concerned that once defending that title, that the general manager was going to give him an opportunity at this title here. But little did he know that regardless of whether he did it or not, he got this opportunity. Unfortunately, he just will not be the dual champion like he wants, but he has made it very clear he has no interest in the WIW European Championship anymore. He has one goal in mind and one goal only, and that is to become the WIW champion. But he's got 2 very hungry competitors trying to get their hands on it, or back on it in both their cases. Jayden, already a former champion, but did not have a very successful run, as is the story of literally every champion that we've had so far holding that WIW championship. Jayden, here tonight, he says with a plan. Whatever that plan is, we will have to wait and see, but we've seen his plans not come to full effect and to full effect before. Is it going to be a repeat here, or is he going to do, once again, become the second ever 2-time world champion? Of course, Aaron Albright, the first ever 2-time world champion. Can Jayden join that list of elite few as well? But of course, Jayden can't use the same tactic as last time because he has to eliminate both of them to win the match. He can't just not pin Albright or not pin Jace. He has to pin both of them to become the WIW champion. But what his plan is, we'll have to wait and see. Because now here comes the champion. 2 weeks ago, embarrassed by Jayden the last time out they faced. By Jace, excuse me. But then Jace went on to beat Jayden. No, to lose to Jayden. So this one could really go either way. All 3 of these men have wins and they have losses against each other. But the 2-time world champion, Aaron Albright, wants to make things all about him. He wants the Albright era that he talked about briefly in the trial era to be in full effect here. And now that he has the world championship, he could do that. But the question is, how long can he keep this title around his waist? And how long can he do it? Remember, if he defends tonight, he'll be the first successful world title defender here on Monday Night Mayhem. The first ever successful title defense of the WIW Championship. He has got a tough contest here tonight. His 2nd time triple threat match for this title. Of course, winning the title the first time off of Rage. 2nd time winning it back from Jayden. And that is what it's for, the WIW Championship. Currently with the side plates of Aaron Albright. But whose side plates will walk out with it on their waist? Of course, all these men with a chance to make some history here tonight. But who will win the final match of 2017 and walk out the WIW champion? Let's get this one on the way. And straight away, Jayden going for Jace and looking straight away to embarrass him again. I thought maybe he was going for the GTS there, actually, but instead just slamming him down. And Jayden, straight out the gate, going for both of them, not letting either of them get a spell of momentum here. And as a snap suplex to the champion, Aaron Albright. And then once again with a backbreaker to Jace. Look at this. Gunning out the gate here is Jayden. Maybe this is the strategy. Just take them both down, not give them a second. And look at this. Aaron Albright wisely just going to let Jace and Jayden do their thing. Let them fight it out between them. And look at that. Did you see the quick change of speed there from Jace on that spear? And a gut buster to Aaron Albright, who's really struggling to get going in this one. Jayden now back to his feet. Aaron Albright now with a counter. And now might be able to mount some offense of his own. 3 massive punches taking down the Portuguese Phoenix. Oh dear, Jayden got caught taunting, and now Aaron Albright Might be able to get the spell of momentum his own. And there's an elbow. Oh, but look at this. Another counter, this time by Jayden. Now landing. Went for the leg sweep and couldn't do it. And gets taken down with a clothesline and a kick up for style. And now the two former champions in the ring. These two have been and done this before last time out. Jace squashed the champion and won in a matter of a minute at most. And now look at this. Oh, I thought maybe it was going to fly, but he saw Albright getting back to his feet. Didn't want to waste the opportunity. Remember, this is elimination style, so it's not one fall to the finish. All men must be pinned. Oh, look at that! Did you see that? Albright's arm twisted the wrong way. I just see that. It must have been from where Jayden broke up the move. Oh, but look at this. He's going high risk, but Aaron Albright refusing to let him. Oh, tried to fly again, but no. This time flies over the top. Kicking the back of the head of Jace, but didn't quite land it on Aaron Albright. And now look at this, Jayden. Looking for a power bomb. Oh, and a massive impact there as he crashes to the canvas. Oh, but Jace back to his feet. A spine buster. And Jayden's head ricochets off the bottom rope. And what a crazy contest this has been so far. Remember, the biggest prize in Mayhem, in Monday Night Mayhem on the line, the Mayhem WIW Championship. Oh, look at this crucifix, trying to get the first cover in the match, trying to eliminate Jace. And he's unable to do that. A count of one is all he gets. And Aaron Albright really, really slow out the gate here. He has not mounted much offense. And Jace now trying to mount some offense of his own. End of Heartbreak. And now wrenching away on the leg. And look at this. We saw this submission earlier tonight. And now looking to use it on the current champion. He's in a lot of trouble here. Look at this. Wait, what? Jayden just saved him. Jayden just kept the match alive. I thought we were about to see the first elimination via tap out, but he caught him. And now look at this. Now in a bad position. Gutbuster. And now look at this once again. There's a counter. No, not counter. There's an mounting the offense there on the neck breaker. And now Aaron Albright has the space to mount some offense here with Jayden to himself. Big takedown. Kip up as well. Oh, and an atomic drop to follow as well. Beautiful sequence here. A scoop up slam. Beautiful sequence there from the X Factor himself, the two-time world champion. Oh, look at that. Was thinking of adding more to the repertoire there. Couldn't quite do it. Remember, no rope break here tonight, and that could help Jayden out. Of course, Jayden winning his first world title on the knee bar. And if there's no rope break, he ain't going to worry about that tonight. And that super kick taking him out. But now he's allowed Jace. But Jace, he's put himself in trouble. Pump handle slam. Pump handle gutbuster. And now to the top rope. Phoenix splash. Phoenix splash. And into the cover. Is Jayden done for? Is Jace got him out? Sorry. No. I keep getting Jace and Jayden mixed up. But Jayden almost eliminates Jace with the Phoenix splash. Look at that. Gets taken out with the clothesline. And now Albright left to work with Jace. But Jace with a counter. And a massive running super kick. And into the cover. Has he eliminated the champion? No, he hasn't. It's a 2 count. What a battle this has been so far. And we still don't have one elimination yet. But now looking for one here. Looking for the famous. Like, there it is. And Jace already been hit with his fair share of big moves. He might be in trouble here. Is he already out? No, he's not. It's another 2 count. And Jayden back into the ring now as Albright continues to work down on Jace. But look at Jayden. Sees the opportunity and capitalizes on it. Tried to take control but couldn't keep it. Albright now in the corner. The big counter by Jayden. Oh, went for the German suplex from behind. Once again a big counter. And now looking for a suplex of his own and connects. Jace back to his feet now and trying to mount some offense again. Look at this. He caught him here into a powerbomb. Massive powerbomb on the world champion. Is it going to be enough to eliminate him? No, it's not, but into the Boston Crab. Boston Crab. Is he going to do enough there? Is the champion going to tap? Albright's in trouble. Has he tapped? No, he hasn't. He escapes. But look at this, Jayden. Straight into the cover. Looking to take him out. Has he worn him out? Just escaping the hold. No, it hasn't. It's a 2 count. And now Jayden left with Jace. These two with a long, rich history, which has stretched back since Jayden's debut, of course. And now look at this. Oh, and a beautiful cannonball senton. Crashing him into the bottom corner. And Jayden's done okay here out the gate. been in the majority of control here. Clearly the plan he's come out here to land full-on offense to everyone and anyone who steps in the ring is clearly working out here, but the crowd not on Jayden's side. They absolutely despise this man because they know he'll resort to whatever tactics necessary to pick up the win. Oh, but look at that, a massive drop kick there following the next snap. And Albright just trying to get in control, but every time he does, he gets caught up there. Oh, almost got caught with the GTS as well. Big counter. And now Albright looking to get the cover on Jayden as Jace rolls out the ring, and he's only going to get a 1 count. And now Albright might be his time to shine. Hasn't really dominated a particular area of this match yet. He had that big moment there with the Famouser, but other than that, has been unable to capitalize. And now, look at that massive brainbuster there by Jayden. And straight into the cover, following the brainbuster. Is it going to be enough to eliminate the champion? It's a 2 count. And of course, no disqualification. There is no champion's advantage. Did you see that? A deliberate low blow, and he knows he can't get disqualified for it. And now a double underhook. Brainbuster. And with the champion down and groggy, he tried to take advantage. He couldn't do it. And Albright's not letting him get control back again. Twisting of the arm there and wrenching it down. And now look at this. Looking for another Famouser, this time on Jayden. There's the Famouser. Oh, look at this. Jayden got caught taunting. Now with a double underhook. Looking for the brainbuster. Jayden's in trouble. No, Jace is in trouble, sorry. Almost getting caught. Has he done it? That's the first elimination. Albright gets his revenge. Jay paid for taunting. And now, all of a sudden, he took his eyes off of Jayden, and Jayden's going to be able to capitalize. Phoenix Splash. Jayden, has he done it? Has he done it? No, he hasn't. It's a 2 count. And I thought we just saw a new world champion. Jace, the first man eliminated after all the momentum he built up coming into this pay-per-view. Albright, the world champion, deals with him, and now is under heavy fire from Jayden, who's now looking to fly from the middle rope. Jace, look at that. The storms away, the disappointment in himself after being the first eliminated. And I'm not sure how he pictured this one going, but the same old story which it comes back to with this world title. These two left to fight in the ring. Albright and Jayden. It seems to keep coming back to these two men. Are they destined to fight forever? I do hope not, because we've got plenty of hungry challengers eager to become world champion. Of course, both looking to become history makers here tonight. And look at this. This might do it. It's won him it. He's won him the title with this before, and this could be it. The rolling knee bar. Has he got the champion? Is he about to become a 2-time world champion? No, Albright powers out. The rolling knee bar unsuccessful. Look at this. Outside the ring now. This is the first time we've been out here, remember. False count anywhere. No disqualification or count outs. And look at this, looking for a weapon. Finds the kendo stick and puts it down. But look at this. Look at this. Oh, was looking for the double underhook. Was looking for the brainbuster but couldn't connect. The X Factor's in trouble. Look at this. Right on the kendo stick there. Using the kendo stick to snap the leg, and now once again targeting that already hurt leg following the knee bar. And he might go back to that knee bar again now that he's targeted it. No, wait a minute. He's going for something bigger. That being a powerbomb. Straight into the cover. Has Jayden done it? Yes, he has. Jayden wins the title back. He is now a 2-time world champion. Jayden wins. Well, he said he had a plan to walk out the champ tonight, and clearly he executed that plan to perfection. He has now walked out a 2-time WIW champion. And Jace nor Albright are going to be happy with that result. But unfortunately, someone had to walk out the winner, and much to the crowd's displeasure, the winner is Jayden. Jayden wins the final match of 2017, and that's going to wrap up a brilliant Christmas Clash pay-per-view. I thoroughly hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will catch you lot in 2018. Peace.